We don't always choose our circumstances, but we can choose how we respond to the circumstances. And while some people choose to drown, you can choose to swim and learn how to make it in a hostile environment. Because, we're still here. And let me just tell you this. If you're going to achieve and thrive and be who God has called you to be, not everybody is going to pat you on the back and help you and just ask how they can bless you. You're going to sometimes be in a hostile environment of somebody who doesn't even like you, somebody who doesn't respect your kind, somebody who doesn't appreciate the fact that this was a good old boy club before you got here. So you have to learn how to thrive even in a hostile environment where other folks don't like you, where they're looking at you funny, but God will cause them here. So he said he will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. He's not going to wait until you get in the boot in the back in the corner and the dark. God says, I will bless you, and I'm going to let you be able to thrive in a hostile environment where they won't even like you just because you call yourself a Christian, because you know Jesus. Because you will be wondering sometime, I didn't even do anything to these folks. I didn't even say anything. I don't even know why she looked at me the way she did, why she has a problem with me. It's the spirit that you represent. Jesus said they hated me, they're going to hate you because of me. And so you got to learn how to thrive even in a hostile environment that I got to swim, and you're going to be swimming right by people that are hating your guts, wishing that you die while you're in the environment. But you got to decide, I'm going to keep on swimming. I got to swim. I'm either swim or die, swim or die, swim or die, swim or die. I think that I will choose to swim. I will choose to swim. You got to make a choice that I'm going to swim but I'm in an environment that people are hating on me and they're talking about me, and then they are hating on the fact that I didn't go to school and come through the channels by which they came. I came up the rough side of the mountain, and I got here because God's favor was on me. I don't know how you got here, but just because you went to school does not make you better than I am. I mean, when you begin to realize that God is the one that opened doors for you and gave you positions of favor. He gave you an advantage that you didn't seek for, you didn't ask for it, but somehow God just happened to slap his glory on you. And it gave divine advantage to your life that God would do something that other people didn't appreciate, because they said, we tried to come up the right side of the mountain and through all of the right doors. And sometimes, every now and then, God will begin to say to them that now you are dwelling in cities that you did not build, and you're eating from vineyards that you did not plant. That God says, I will give you distinctive advantage over something for which you had nothing to do with. I did this thing, and I am the one that gave you the favor. And I encourage you today to make a decision that you are going to focus on the promises over your life instead of the problems in your life. You've got a greater promise over your life than the problems that are in your life. And when you focus on the promises of God, where God has promised that he's going to bless you, that he will keep you, that he will heal you, that he will deliver you. God has promised that he will use you for his glory, that he's going to save your children. I'm just here to tell you, focus on the promises. Focus on the promises. Focus on the promises over your life more so than the problems that are in your life. Because if you focus on the promise will prevail over the problem. God has a promise for every problem. And if you just take the promises of God and said, God, I'm standing on your promises. I'm standing on your promises. Where you said that if you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. If my people, which are called by my name, would humble themselves and pray and seek my face, then, if you focus on the promises, that if you ask anything according to his will, he heareth us. If you focus on the promises, if you focus on the promises that weeping might endure for a night, but if you focus, there is a promise over your life. There's a promise for victory. There's a promise in this next season of your life that your life is shifting. My God, who am I talking to in this place today? My God, he's saying, come up hither, you're rising this time. The devil, yes. He unleashed to you in this last season the best he had, but you are still here. You are still, I'm looking at survivors today. I'm looking at survivors because you got a promise in your life and a purpose, a promise and a purpose, a promise and a purpose that will overcome your problem, a promise and a purpose that will overcome your problem. I'm just here to tell you today that everything that could have happened in the past season came to try to discombobulate your thinking, to mess up your mind, to make you think that God could not do anything. But he's able to take even the negativity, even the sourness, even the bitterness, mix it with some sugar, put his Elohim power on it, and make lemonade that what disgusted you in one season will refresh you in another. That he takes the bitter and mixes it with the sweet and brings the delight and a refreshment into your life. And to the degree that you will realize that it is my decisions that determine my conduct, my character, and my destiny. It's my decision that you make a decision in this day and time, this day, that I'm no longer going to live at the same level that I lived at last year, last month, or even last week. This is a new day, and I'm deciding that I'm going someplace. I don't want to go where my granddaddy went. I'm going to a higher level. He was on one level, but God has allowed me to know some things that he didn't know. He's blessed him. Thank God for the foundation and everything that I got from ancestors. But with what you have from them, you ought to be able to go higher now. And I'm just telling you, they have prayed for us. They prayed for us. Your ancestors prayed for you. We owe it to them to live higher. We owe it to them to live higher, to go higher. We got to do better. We got to do better. We've got to do better.